It's 100 journal prompts. Hello and welcome back to Scholastically Natalie, where we write, read, and never post on time. Sorry guys, I missed out on the Friday post, mostly because, I was trying to figure out how to go get my audio jack fixed, which I failed at getting to Best Buy on time. So then today I went, and they can't fix it in the time frame I need them to. So it looks like I'm going to be hitting up my friend to see if she can perhaps install me a new audio jack so that we can get back to maybe some reading content or something, because I know that I sound like I'm underwater, and if I want to do like a 45-minute to an hour video explaining things or reading things to you, this is not the kind of sound quality I want for us. I'm low-key kind of hoping that I can get a like USB to audio jack adapter for my nice mic, because it is in fact my nicest mic, and I would like to give you back a better sound quality. I have no idea how to fix this in post. I guess I haven't googled it that much, mostly because I've been hoping that I'll be able to solve it without having to post too many videos that sound like I'm talking to you while we're swimming. Anyways, we're doing 100 journal prompts today because I figure writing ones are at the very least you can read what I'm saying to you. And thank you for bearing with me as I also kind of toggle with my loudness levels in post. If you have noticed that my videos have been louder, I have finally figured out how to make them louder. I am very slow at this. So anyways, the journal prompt we're doing today is number 8, expertise. And so I'm supposed to be going back to number 1 and choose one of those topics and generate 5 different subtopics or connected subjects I'd like to research or learn about. Which I think won't be too hard, because we have, one YouTube commentary. Let's see how many we can get out of that. Let's see, cancel culture / accountability culture. Maybe like YouTube / social media algorithms. I don't think I spelled algorithm right. What generates the most clicks? Well, I guess we're going commentary. Oh no, I had a thought after what generates the most clicks. And I've lost that thought entirely. Darn, it was an actually good thought. I could tell. I was like, oh, this is a good topic. Like people's obsession with YouTubers and with YouTubers / famous people. I guess that could also be like parasocial relationships, because that would be what allows them to feel obsessed with them. Mostly in here I'm thinking about like kiwi farms. And then I would also like to look at kind of like putting people on pedestals. I can't spell pedestals correctly. I don't think that's right. Oh no, I don't mind that you can. Oh, that was correct. Guys, I can spell pedestals. Putting YouTubers on pedestals and being betrayed when they make mistakes. Because I think we've seen a lot of that. We're defending them when they're in trouble. Like, I think we're seeing a lot of that with, like, James Charles and Jeffree Star and, like, Shane Dawson, where some people are like, oh my god, they've betrayed me, I thought they were this type of person. And I'm like, well, you don't really know them. And then also the same people who are like, oh, but this person could never do that, they're so great, they're so nice. And it's like, you don't know them, you can't say that. Like, they could just be lying to you this entire time. Like, that's the beauty of editing. So I guess that's also part of like parasocial relationships, but I think this might be more into like the psychology of like the viewer. No, that would just be parasocial relationships, wouldn't it be? I think maybe terms of service and their application. I think that could be interesting because I do follow smaller commentary channels. People that are under like 1 million subs, which I guess isn't really smaller. I know that they were calling themselves smaller commentary channels as like a joke, but now they're labeled as small and they don't like that. But because like they point out a lot of like the unequal application of like terms of service, and then with that we have free speech versus private companies, because we're also seeing this a lot wherein somebody will get fired or somebody will get in trouble for something they've said on a social media platform, or they'll be deleted from it and everybody will be like, oh my gosh, free speech, everyone deserves to have a platform. And then we kind of get into the like, should you be deplatforming people who spread problematic ideology, but then it's also who's defining what ideology is problematic and like the bias within that, which I think is a very interesting conversation that I obviously can't resolve because I'm biased. So I'm going to cut and paste this list down to my little spot. There we go. Amazing. And then since I figured this would have ended up being incredibly short, I figured we could also do prompt number 9 about superpowers, because I think that is a bit of a fun one. Sorry, I'm going to take a sip. I have a can of Dr. Pepper instead of a bottle. I figured it was more cost effective to buy the cans. And I kind of just wanted to get the experience of cracking it open. But now that I'm drinking it, I'm kind of wondering if the flavor has, like, changed. Yeah, I really do think the flavor in the cans is different from in the bottles. I think the cans have like a slightly weaker flavor. Okay, so now that we're on to number 9, superpowers, we have, if you had a superpower, what would it be? Explain your choice and whether you'd be a supervillain or a superhero. Rate a paragraph of 8 to 10 sentences. What are your weaknesses? What is your superhero/villain name? And why do you have that superpower? I mean, the real question for me is, if I have a superpower, like, what would I want to do with it? Because I don't like people that much, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really enjoy them. But I also feel like I don't hate people enough that I want to harm them. And I don't think I really have any overarching, super firm beliefs that I want to fight for, other than just children experiencing good things in their lives and not being stuck in terrible households or terrible situations. And I don't really know what superpower would let me take care of that. Because I can't think of one that would solve the entire situation. But I guess if I could become a supervillain with my platform based on children and education, that might be confusing for people. Or I guess I could become a superhero for it, but heroes generally have to cooperate with the government and actually talk to people, which sounds terrible, honestly. So I think my superpower would be seeing all relevant facts of a situation. I could look into more detail with more time spent on something. Sorry, I have band-aided up my hand, and like the spot where my band-aid is sitting is really irritating my skin, which is frustrating because I have two spots on my knuckles that like to just crack and not function like normal skin should. So currently they're really itchy and really don't like how I'm putting the band-aid on, so we'll try it a different way, see if that works better. Okay, so I could look into more detail with more time spent, or just get the bare bones. Because with this, I can be a more support hero or a villain. Because with the hero side, I could come assess villains' motives or identify people that need help. Whereas as a villain, I could easily use the facts of a situation against them. Dun, dun, dun. Obviously, my superpower, not my superpower, obviously my weaknesses are that I am not enhanced physically, so I can be easily injured. Therefore, I would be a more background support type. Potentially even over mics and viewing through cameras. Perhaps it grows weaker through communicative devices, but can still help. My hero name would be... I'm thinking of all the hero names in My Hero Academia. They're all so weird. Like, I want to make a pun between assist and assess, so like assessed. Yeah, I like that. I know, we need to spell it like that. And my villain. Oh, we've just lost internet. There we go. And my... Can I type please now? Oh, thank you. My villain name. What would it be? Because it would have to be something analytical. But mildly intimidating. And for that, you have to get kind of thinky. How would I want to intimidate people with my name? Maybe call myself First Glance. That feels kind of intimidating to me, at least. Then I have this superpower. After having a mind meld with an analysis computer thanks to an uncontrolled telepathist team. I absorbed the way it gathers information and breaks it down, and now I can do that, but a lot better. Take another drink, friends. I have no other thoughts here. I think that's a pretty okay description of my potential superpower. I'm sitting here trying not to call it a quirk. I've definitely been spending way too much time in the My Hero Academia side of things. Feel free to answer any of these prompts below, answer them on Twitter, tag me in them, send them to me in an email if you're feeling it. If you aren't feeling it, maybe just tell me what your supervillain or superhero power would be. You don't have to give me any of the details, you could just put invisibility or something. If you'd like to say more, that would also be great. Big thank you to everyone who's been commenting on my videos recently. It makes me very happy. I was squirming on my couch in excitement. Honestly, whenever I receive them, I'm like doing a little dance in my chair. It's probably a little bit embarrassing, but it does make me happy to know that you guys are enjoying, even though most of the time I feel like I'm yelling into the void. So I'm glad that I'm providing some form of entertainment for you, as well as myself. I hope you have all had and are going to continue to have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Scholastically Natalie is out.